Welcome, one and everyone, to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings. I am your neighborhood friendly Oxhorn with my suspender set to maximum stun, and this is an Oxhorn record, ladies and gentlemen. I am 30 minutes late to my own show. Got a good excuse. I'm not drunk. I'm sick. Well, I'm less sick. Like, I was sick. Like, beginning of this week. I was pretty sick. But I am still in the fragile phase. Oh, people are still here. I'm surprised you guys have been kind enough to wait along. Chief Smash says, hope your son is feeling better. Hope you're doing well, says the Gentleman Badger. Yeah, Cigar Hawk says got it from Gavin. Yeah, not just me. The entire household. I was the last stronghold. I was the final bastion of good health in the family. You were here Thursday when I had to leave early because my son was puking. The very next morning, we woke up and my poor daughter had vomited in her crib. Over 17 says evening, even though you're really late. Yeah, I know. And you know, then the very next day after that, my wife had vomited. And so here it is the weekend, and I'm the only one in the family who hasn't vomited yet. And I'm running errands back and forth. I'm getting medicine at the doctor, and I'm getting groceries, and I'm doing all sorts of errands. And finally, here comes Monday, here comes Tuesday. Middle of the work week, and it finally creeps up on old Oxhorn. And wham! It hit me in the face. But thankfully, the colorful parts of this sickness did not seem to last long. They lasted for a few hours, and then things got boring but predictable. That's the way I'm going to describe it. Boring but predictable. And so now I'm just suffering from, like, physical weakness, a little fatigue, not too much nausea, and a few other things that we won't get into. Anyway, I can't think of a better cure for my malaise than to drink a pint of scotch and smoke a cigar. I can't think of a better cure. So here I am, ladies and gentlemen, 30 minutes late. And my apologies. 30 minutes late. Hold on, this water. Black Shawarma says, the problem is your beard is too thin. Yeah, you can see right through it. Madman Max says, hey, Oxhorn, whiskey is antibacterial. You need to drink, he says. Yeah, but the flu is a virus, not a bacteria, so... Well, it doesn't matter. Let's just drink some scotch. Alright, I've got some Scoresby. Let's get some antibacterial in my gut. Ah. The way the ice jingles. Black Shrama says, you didn't see the article that I linked you on Twitter, did you? No, I haven't been on Twitter today. I should check it out. Let me do that. Oh, don't make me laugh, it hurts. Ow, ow, ow. The problem is that the very same muscles you use to laugh are used to vomit. So if you do a lot of both, they get worked over. Oh, don't make me laugh. Oh, okay. Oh. Madman Max says, Oxhorn, your punishment has waited 2 whole weeks. You cannot get out of it this time. By the 7 hounds of hell it will happen. And by that, of course, he means smoke ship. Oh, I'm dreading this. I'm dreading this smoke ship, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be 10 pages long. This is... oh, I gotta put this off. Alright, I gotta put this off. Let's see, how can I put this off? Show! I got a show to do. Let's do that. Oh, this sounds good to me. Goldbrat says, if it makes you feel any better, I've had to practice my singing recently and I can no longer talk. I was not made for singing. Singing is an art that you work into. You have to exercise your vocal cords and your diaphragm muscles. It's not something that you can expect to be good at the first time you try. So, I encourage you, if it's something you enjoy, to keep on doing it and to get private lessons and to sit down and practice, because the more you use your vocal cords and the more you sing from the diaphragm, the stronger those muscles get and the greater clarity you will have with your notes. I'm sipping some scotch. Oh, it actually helps, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that feels nice. Ice cold tingly on the back of my throat. Woo! What was I? Facebook! Facebook. Oh, Twitter. Okay. Alright, lots of stuff in the Scotch and Smoke Rings chat today. That's great. Cigar Rock says, thank goodness American Idol is going off the air. You mean to tell me? You mean to tell me that we are robbed forevermore of the wonder that is American Idol? I mean, it's only been 10, 15 years. Well, I have to admit, I'm not too terribly upset. It didn't get very good. Oh, the alert windows is not functioning correctly. Black Shawarma says it's a beautiful thing when Ox zones out like that. And am I zoning out? I'm in the middle of answering a question. I'm trying to get to the point, to the meat of the issue, to find a nugget of truth. I'm also trying to get my Twitter open so that I can see what was linked to me. Okay. Like we didn't know this already from Black Angus. Okay. Alright, so here it is. Beards may be more hygienic and bacteria resistant than shaven skin, study finds. Story of my life, ladies and gentlemen. This is nothing new to me. I mean, yes, in my present state, I am in the bowels of horrible, awful sickness. But 99.9% of the time, I am the epitome of masculine health. In the prime of my youth and life, standing as a tower of iron before adversity. Beards may contain bacteria which could potentially be developed into new antibiotics, a study has found. Researchers found that clean-shaven men were actually more likely to harbor infection-causing bacteria resistant to antibiotics when compared to bearded men. The study, published in the Journal of Hospital Infection, tested swabs from the faces of 408 hospital staff with and without facial hair. According to the results, clean-shaven men are more than 3 times as likely to be carrying methicillin-resistant staph aureus, MRSA, on their cheeks as their bearded counterparts. Wait, let me read that again. According to the results, clean-shaven men are more than 3 times as likely to be carrying MRSA on their faces as bearded men? Holy cow! Wow. Clean-shaven men were also more than 10% more likely to have colonies of Staphylococcus aureus on their faces, and a bacterium that causes skin and respiratory infections and food poisoning. Researchers suggest that this may be due to microabrasions caused by shaving the skin, which may support bacterial colonization and proliferation. The report reads, overall, colonization is similar in male healthcare workers and with and without facial hair. However, certain bacterial species were more prevalent in workers without facial hair. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the answer to this is to do the exact same test, but on women. If we come back with women having less bacteria on their faces as their clean-shaven masculine counterparts, then yes, there's definitely something to that. It must be to do with the microabrasions on a face that occur when you shave the skin. That makes sense. Because women don't shave, obviously. Well, alright. Most women don't. I'm not going to get into it. Tumblr isn't here. I don't need to worry about it. Alright. Anyway. Black Shawarma says, see, you're sick because your beard is too thin. It was the trimming a month ago. It's got to be what it was. I trimmed it and doggone it, here I am sick. Old Ironbark is here and says, finally managed to make part of an episode. Greetings, Ironbark. Pleasure to have you in the chat. Greg Hartung says, if you haven't checked out my video I posted, I'd suggest checking it out once you feel better. Otherwise, it'll be a humorous and painful experience. Gentleman Badger says, don't worry, Oxhorn, you're safe. Tumblr can't find you here. These are hallowed grounds. Oh, I should hope so. If Tumblr ever finds me, oh, things will be bad. All right. Let's show off some fan art, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying not to speak too loudly with my diaphragm. Alright, this one is from Cigar Ox. He says, couldn't agree more. Smoking cigars because therapy is expensive. Indeed, good sir. Looking like a champ there. Thanks so much. And then here's one from Greg Hartung. He says, the slightly long-awaited conclusion of my side project featuring Damon LaRue, Nolan Chiout, Sarkis, Nathaniel Fury, and Ghoulbrith is here. Hopefully this will tie in with Oxhorn's universe rather than being terrible fan fiction. It's part 2. Now
winds buffeted Greg and Chiout.
I can't show off the entire thing, as you all know, due to bandwidth issues, but we can watch some of it, can't we?
Atop the forsaken skeletal drake, soaring through the sky with haste as they left for Stone Bull Lake. Not only was it the very location where Oxhorn and his friends vanished, but also where the Death Knight Ghoulbrith had embarked on a journey to find and retrieve them. Now, word had reached the two that he has returned with news on Oxhorn's whereabouts. How did he even achieve the means of reaching them? Greg shouted to Chiout, barely audible thanks to the wind. He used his gimmicky death gate, replied Sheed, mixed with some additional reagents, including a sample of Ox's hair and a fragment of the accursed pie tin. How did that even remotely work?
All right, I'm gonna have to give this its proper attention and due in a moment. I can't do it on the show, obviously, but thank you very much for that, Greg Hartung. So much talent and effort in a 12-minute, 47-second episode. Can't wait to check it out. Then there's this from Holker. Statistically, bearded men are more likely to cheat on their partners than bearded women. And then the rest is all from last week, I believe. This was Rob's Scotch collection, which he showed off. We talked about the Yura last week. Kodo Beast Woolly Legion model. I don't recall this. Kodo Beast 2 Woolly. I don't get it. Is this pulled right out of Model Viewer? It looks like it was pulled right out of Model Viewer. What's new about that? Oh, so they revamped them. Oh. I see. Higher resolution, greater pixel density. Gotcha. Nicely done, Damon. Thank you very much. And then, yes, everything else is from last week. So, thank you for that, ladies and gentlemen. It's always good to see your fan art. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. It's a new reskinned Kodo model for Legion, says Greg Hartung, which is the expansion. Yes, very cool. Awesome. New Kodos. Can't believe it. I'm loving it. Apparently, Greg Hartung's little movie is a big hit. Gentleman Badger says, watch the ending. Globert says, everyone go watch it. I love it. Talendale says, nice voice. Yes, everybody needs to go check it out. Ironbark says, I've been struggling to move out of this house. It's tough doing all this on my own, but soon I'll be in Buffalo, New York. It'll be an interesting transition. Well, I hear New York is undergoing quite a few storms right now. So hopefully you'll be moving on over after the storms subside. She had said, sorry, Alex, my speakers are currently broken, so I can't really watch a live stream. See you next week, when it should hopefully be fixed, and stay classy. Why, thank you, good sir. Will do. All right. I can't do a smoke ship without this. So, let's see if smoke sticks to the sun. I'm losing my train of thought, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. No more excuses. There we are. Robin2258 says, hello. Hello there. You are in the right place. For Scotch and smoke rings. Old Ironbark says, I'm gonna try to time it when the snows and storms are a bit lighter, since I can't get snow tires until I get up north. I hate the snow, but I can deal with it. Yeah, well, look, I lived in Alaska for the better part of my youth. Now, granted, I didn't have to change any tires or anything, but I did trudge through the snow as a young boy fairly frequently, because the Alaskan snows, as you can imagine, are pretty intense. And I got used to them. Many people got used to them, and then we were all pretty surprised when we moved down here to Seattle, and people didn't know how to deal with the snow. Like, we would have tons of snow all over the place, and we would just shovel our driveway and drive on the snow. But 1 inch of snow here in Seattle, people freak out. Schools are canceled. Cars go flying off the road. Accidents abound. It's a different world. Putting my air filter on high. No. Putting my air filter on ultra. Turbo. Let's do turbo. It's good. It's falling apart, but it's good. Smoke rings for the stick to the issues crowd. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Bottoms up. Talendale asks, have you ever hunted Oxhorn? Yes, but not as an adult. When I was a young boy, my papa took me out hunting for deer. And as ashamed as I am to admit it, I didn't like it. I know I should say that I liked it. I should like it, but I didn't like it. Now, I love the outdoors, don't get me wrong. I was a Boy Scout, I was an Eagle Scout, I went camping and hiking all the time. And I like guns. I was trained on how to shoot. I was able to get 5 shots under the circumference of a dime from 50 meters. As a boy, I probably couldn't do that now. But I was a pretty good shot. But the idea of walking with a heavy gun in the middle of the woods looking for deer, and then just sitting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, did not strike me as the epitome of a good time. So I only went hunting once, never went hunting again. And I never caught anything at that time. Greg Hartung says, you shouldn't feel any remorse hunting bucks. I hit one with my car during the mating season. Oh, ouch, don't make me laugh. So I shouldn't feel remorse because you killed one once? Okay, alright, I won't feel any remorse for that, I promise. Elizabeth says, drinking Jack Daniels because I have a sore throat. I must be crazy because I'm getting banana nut bread. I think we're all a bunch of geniuses here. We're all sick and we're drinking scotch and whiskey and smoking cigars and having banana nut bread. We're geniuses here, ladies and gentlemen. We know how to get better. All right. I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling okay, ladies and gentlemen. Gipsy DNA says, I'm drinking Oban, but I'm sad. My bottle is almost empty. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. You're going to have to nurse that bottle. Make it last. Enjoy every last sip until the morning comes and you can get some more. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Fallout 4 or Hearthstone? I know we haven't done Hearthstone for a few weeks now, so maybe it's time to do that. Oh boy. Let's see if there's an update that I have to download. JC84JC00 Jonath says, I wish I had made Eagle Scout. I graduated to the second level of Weeblo and moved to a different state. I was unaware at the time that it was an international organization. Ah. Well, that is a shame. I'm glad I got my Eagle Scout. You know, at the time they promised that it would do a lot of things for your career, but it hasn't. But I'm still glad I did it. It was a good experience. Alright, Fallout gets old. Cardstone, Hearthstone, Golden Juraxis, Hartung. Alright, I think it's Hearthstone. Oh, BattleNet needs to restart. Voicemail, that's right. SpeakPipe. Thanks for reminding me. You guys are troopers, you really are. Sticking around, me being late and everything. Gotta say I'm impressed. Lucky guy here. Couldn't have a more dedicated crew. Alright, we have some recorded messages, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. First on the program today is Greg Hartung. What is on your mind?
Good evening, Oxhorn. It is I, Fedoro Gregoro. I had recently uploaded part 2 of my little side project featuring some of us loyal followers. As you may or may not know, depending on if you actually watched it or not, it hopes to incorporate your reasoning why you are no longer going on adventures and whatnot, and make it canon with your little Oxhorn universe. If it isn't, I sincerely apologize for the terrible fanfiction. I'd also like to inform you that if you ever need a writer to perhaps transcode your story arcs you keep tucked in your little mind of yours, do not hesitate to ask me. Have a swell evening.
Well, thank you, Greg Hartung. I can't wait to watch the rest of your little video. For those of you who haven't seen part 1, go ahead and check out the Scotch and Smoke Rings group on Facebook. It's facebook.com/groups/Oxhorn, and you can watch them all there. Next on the program is "'Tis I, Madman Max." Alright, what's on your mind, good sir?
Greetings, Oxhorn, it is I, Madman Max, here once again to broaden somebody's knowledge. Today's question is, what is some of your favourite quotes? As in, something a famous person has said, something historical, or whatever. Any quote, just let us know what it is. Or, if you have multiple, let us know what they are. Have a lovely evening and enjoy your scotch.
Quotes? Yes. Yes. Absolute power corrupts, but... No, wait. Power corrupts, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. Is a good one. And then there are lots by Machiavelli. In fact, if you're ever curious and you don't mind digging, you can go to bloggingwithclass.com, which is my personal blog, and I've published a lot of my favorite quotes from Machiavelli to that blog. You'd have to go back many years to find them, but they're all there. I can't think right now. I'm sorry. I'm not good at quizzes. I can't get answer with the cogent speaking. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Scotch break. Oh, the perfect medicine. Let's purge away the sickness with cigar smoke. That's how we do it. Hearthstone! It's not funny. Why am I laughing? Alright, Hearthstone, come on. Get on up there, buddy. Let's do this. Black Shrummer says, Greg, you did study at the Oxhorn School of Self-Promotion, eh? You should all realize by now that when it comes to promoting myself, I'm pretty good. I have a knack. And you're all welcome to take lessons. Or promote me. I mean, no one has to say no. No! I'm a leper gnome. Guess I haven't played in a while. Your rank from us last season earned you 1 bonus star. Whoops. Alright, let's do this. I am accepting challenges. Robin2258 says, but Ox, you're not as good at self-promotion as Trump. Well, that's just because I haven't run for president yet. I could totally do the president thing, right? Just make my delegates do all the work, sit back in the Oval Office in my bowler hat, sucking down the finest scotch and smoking cigars. I mean, sure, the president probably does not have the luxury to smoke cigars in his own house, the Great White House. But you know what? I'm the president. I'll just rewrite the law for presidents. I'll say, if you're a president of a nation, you are free to smoke cigars in the White House. It's simple. It doesn't affect many people. Alright. Fancy Badger. Pleasure to meet you on the field of battle. Let's do this. So how does this game work again? The numbers and the spells and stuff? Okay, I got it. We'll do it. We got this. Oh, I'm telling everyone on Twitch that I'm playing Fallout 4. People are gonna get angry. There, that was a thing, right? I just did a thing in the game? Okay.
We can. Yeah,
It's
go
our,
ahead.
it's our last time. Might as well.
Skype. This
Hey,
is it.
stop
Kids
that.
out.
Yeah, I think you can all talk.
Alright. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That could have been useful. Alright, playing Hearthstone. Update. Great. Oh, end turn. Ox Trump. What hat? This is my real hair. Oh. Oh. Robin says, it's also not a bad thing to not be as good as Trump at self-promotion. Hawkster says, well, I'm tired. Good night, people. Good night, good sir. Pleasure to have you today.
Your magic shall not save.
Alright, I'm getting it in the swing of things. I'm getting in the swing. Here.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Fancy Badger, you're clearing the playing field here. Whoo-wee. Gotta buy myself some time. Tired? What's that? My old Order of the Arrow advisor. Plenty of time to sleep when you're dead, boys. I was Order of the Arrow. And they surprised, they really got me good. Oh no! Ow, ow. I get too excited. It hurts. It hurts to exclaim. Ooh, okay. What was I saying? Yeah, I was part of the Order of the Arrow in the Boy Scouts. And the way it works is they nominate you to become Order of the Arrow, and you become Order of the Arrow, and then you've got to go through this. You think it's a great honor, and in order to get the award, you have to go through a weekend camp, basically. And I was told that it was going to be this great camp where I could go to, and it was for honored inductees into this Boy Scout order. And so I went through this thing, and the problem is you show up to the camp, and what it is, it's supposed to be a character building camp, an ordeal. And yeah, okay, Robin says that's why it's called an ordeal. It's fun. Well, they didn't tell me this. They didn't tell me it was going to be an ordeal. They told me, oh yeah, you're going to go and have a blast, and it's going to be fun. And I'm like, all right. But when you show up, it's a work camp. And you're not allowed to talk. Now, maybe it's something different from where you were, but when I went, you worked, and so the entire weekend I'm clearing brush from a campsite and chopping wood and hauling firewood and digging in the earth for planting crops, and I'm working. It was work. So, look, I went through 2 weeks of that. And it was a bummer, right? And we had very lean lunches. So and we would work hard all morning, and then we would get these lunches, and it's like a slice of bread, a small thin sandwich, one slice of ham, and water. And you're really tired and hungry. So I understand that it builds character. That's fine. What I disliked was the dishonesty. I wanted to build character knowing that I was building my character. I didn't want to go into it feeling like I had been tricked. That's the major complaint that I have. And so here's the real kicker. Here's the real kicker, ladies and gentlemen. Once you finish the ordeal, which I did, I got through it, and you get your Order of the Arrow, You then have the opportunity to sign up to go again, but this time as a camp advisor, where you're not doing any of the hard work and you're just watching everybody else, and you're just making sure the young inductees are following the rules. And I'm like, I can do that. I can totally do that. In fact, it's going to be great. I'm going to show up I'm going to go to this thing again. I'm going to be a camp counselor, and I'm going to laugh at all of these poor inductees who can't talk and are eating their meager meals while I sit there with a Salisbury steak, and I'm able to chat. But no. I show up, and they expect me to do everything the recruits were doing. So I essentially had to do it twice, which didn't make any sense to me because when I went, all of the camp counselors were rubbing it in our faces. They were talking between each other, and they were eating these glorious meals, and I'm sitting here going, ugh. But when I went as a counselor, apparently the management had changed, and they stopped down on all of that. So I got the brunt of both worlds twice! Twice! It was horrible. So I have a bad taste in my mouth, thanks to the Order of the Arrow. All my plans laid to waste. What's that about best laid plans of mice and men? Goldbrother says there's Elago mats and staff. The staff get to eat the food, not the others. I was wise and chose staff. I got to eat the hamburgers. Did you just drop Mal'Ganis? Did you really just drop Mal'Ganis? Well, fine. Robin says it was the 90s when I went, but it was just a weekend. Yeah, it was the 90s when I went too. It was like 1995, something like that. Still, I had good memories as a scout. Nothing but positive things to say about the Boy Scouts. OMG! OMG! You face Thaddeus! Pain! Alright, how much damage can you do to a man in one turn? Wait, don't answer that question. I don't want to know. I just don't want to know. Goldbreath says, did you ever participate in White Stag or NYLT? Sadly, none of those ring a bell with me, so no, I must not have participated in any of those. Go! No! Well played indeed. Ah! This is just... At the start of your turn, destroy all minions. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My only hope. And yet... Oh, this is just truly... That's all I can do. No, I couldn't have. Fancy Badger says I could have killed him, but no, I couldn't have. I had 14 on the board. You have 15 health. I had... Oh. Oh. Math! 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 I had 15 on the board. Math! Why must math fail me in my most dire of moments? Math! My eternal bane! Oh. Well played. This is just... Could have killed him. And I gave it up!
Shaman, the elements obey me. Why do you call?
Poor Johnny Krill is having a conniption. He's going, what the flack, what the flack? Fancy Badger is telling me that his last card is Reno Jackson.
Fight, maggot. It's running out of cars.
Reno Bloiting Jackson.
We're gonna be rich. Well played. Drink with me, friend.
Johnny Krill says, are you from Mumford and Sons? Yes, my banjo is out back. That's what I do. Congratulations, Bancy Fadger. You have bested me in a championship of arms. Looks like this is a tavern brawl, and I have absolutely no idea what this tavern brawl is about.
Brawl versus Anduin.
Johnny Krill says, dude, shave that animal off your face. No, good sir, you fail to realize that this is not the animal, that I am the animal. And I can no more shave it off my face than I can decapitate myself. So, take a look at your life, gauge your priorities, and make adjustments. Wait. Ow, don't make me laugh. Ow. Gentleman Badger says, Oxford, how would you feel about me changing my Twitch alias to Fancy Badger? Oh, I don't know. That's up to you, good sir. Greg Hartung, pleasure to meet you on the field of battle. Well, hello.
I smell blood.
Cigarog says, will the first heart tongue of 2016 be pulled off today? Please stand by. Oh ho! We shall see. Oh no, he silenced my minion. Clever. Cool.
Reinforcements be here.
Yar, Dylan, lover. Yeah. The wind is kicking up, making it hard to do smoke rings. Ooh, well done.
Silver shall not fall.
Time to build a brick wall. Hayachu says, why don't you do animation videos anymore? It got you so many more viewers. That's true. People do prefer animation to Scotch-laden beards. Major difference is that in order to do this program, I sit in a chair and talk. In order to make an Oxhorn film, I dedicate a month of my life to hand animating. And he pulls a Hartung! The first Hartung of 2016, ladies and gentlemen. Live for you all to see. Well, thank you, good sir. Cool. I won, and I'm not even there. I'm here. All right. Any other challengers? Sandagger D says claymation. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a time sink. No other challengers? Shall I just do a random tavern brawl? Random Tavern Brawl in 5, 4, 3, 2, and it's Monsieur Le Hartung again.
Anduin versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine.
The light shall bring victory.
Wait, is this... This isn't the Tavern Brawl, is it?
My mouth very useful.
Talendril says, so it seriously takes a month to do a Machinima movie? It depends. Back in the early days when I was making movies, it did not take me a month. It only took me a few days. Like Red Snappa took maybe 5 or 6 days. Rafflemouth took me 3 days. It didn't take long. But towards the mid to end portion of my machinimating career, when I started to become more sophisticated with animation, it took a month. All of those layers in After Effects, all of those different compositions, having everything scored by Nathan Allen Bernard, doing all of the light effects and the more sophisticated story scripts. Yeah, it took a long, long time. Even short music videos like the Game. Like the Game took me longer than a month. Elizabeth says, night everyone, we are off to bed, work in the morning. Good night, Elizabeth and Jonah, thank you so much for coming.
Is someone injured?
I wield the power without
Oh my.
wield the power without
More Blackwing Corruptors. Oh dear. Should have saved that last one, huh?
The light does not discriminate. Is someone injured?
Oh, thank you. Ooh, well done. Well, well played, Mr. Hartung. Well played. Oh, ouch! Way to go out with the bang. Nicely done. Alright, my friends, one more. One more game, preferably a tavern brawl. But I'll take anything. Anything is good. Zalthrion. Zalthrion is on the program. Good to see you, good sir.
Versus Gul'dan.
Your souls shall be mine for Doomhammer.
Good evening, Zalthrion. This is the last game of the evening before I bid you all adieu. Going to go upstairs, get a nice glass of water, and cuddle my babies. They need cuddles. Well done. Madman Max says, don't forget to do smoke ships. Your punishment is nigh, Oxhorn. Don't worry. I will not forget. Please post your smoke ships in the chat if you can. If you can't, Skype is fine. But I don't want to have to go to 15 places to see smoke ships.
Get in there, fight, maggot.
Oh, I think I made Zalthrion angry. Gentleman Badger says, thanks for a great show as usual, Ox. Well, thank you very much. I hope it was a great show. I'm not in my best today, I'll give you that. Alright, looks like I have to fire up escape.
Powering up. Portals online.
Sever my brand.
Okay, Zalthron, this is getting dicey. How's this gonna play out? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Well, this is painful. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The pain. Zalthrion says, I love the top decks that I'm getting. Oh, Zalthrion. You should just skip this turn. Just, you know, just skip this one. Be like, eh. Or use Ragnaros. Sure, why not? Ragnaros is good. Okay.
Soldiers of the cold dark, obey the cold.
Shame that's not staying, Ox. Ah! Gentleman Badger says, so Oxhorn, you can return Reno Jackson to your hand with pandas, so I could in theory play him 5 times in one game. How does that make you feel? Depressed? Is that a good feeling?
Witness the power of
Murlocs for you. No, no. Wow, you're just gonna go for the whole thing, aren't you? You're not gonna end it quickly. Always pulling a Zalthron, he says. It's amazing. It's true. I am amazed right now. Oh! Well, at least this gives me the opportunity to end things early. I can end it! I'm out! I'm free! Oh, good games. He goes, boo. Good game, Zalthrion. Well done. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your smoke ships. Let's start with a nice short one, shall we? This masterpiece comes from the gentleman, Black Shawarma. And it goes like this. A lemon pepper chicken, slow roasted over a spitfire, with celery stuffing and thick gravy, served with a fifth of wild turkey American honey whiskey for the cold. Oh. Black shawarma. Oh. You know I'm hungry. I've had the flu. I have been eating nothing but saltine crackers and rice. Ugh. Next up is Gentleman Badger. He says, and this is a two-parter, which is still short compared to what's coming later. Greg McLovin, Skywalker, Brandon Ox Solo, and Princess Nova all riding aboard the Millennium Badger. The ship is legendary for its Scotch-fueled boosters, generators that create shields of bacon, and sensor-proof compartments to hide possibly Tatooian cigars. The cigars have been outlawed by the evil Imperial Empire, really just Oxhorn's property management company. Greg uses the Force to make the ship pull a hard time, evading enemy fire, so that he can then get the perfect shot. Eventually, Greg is able to destroy the hippie star and make the universe classy again. I mean, yeah, that works, but by pulling a Hartung, that is like self-destruction, right? So if you pulled a Hartung on the Millennium Falcon, isn't that a self-destruct sequence? I'm scared. Alright, now for the beast. Here is Madman Max's long-awaited Book of a Smoke Ship that will probably be random incoherence ladled with Old Norse or Arthurian mythology. I'm just guessing. That's a guess. Here we go. Hold on, my cigar is out of itself. Scotch up, hold on. Scotch up. The mighty Stormbreaker, a finely crafted airship of the Alliance. Staghorn, Oxhorn, and Mr. Evil are chained up in the belly of that flying craft, with guards pointing guns and swords square at them to ensure they do not escape. Staghorn moves his arms a little, trying to get in a more comfortable position, when a ball round narrowly misses his head and buries itself in the walls behind them. Staghorn shouts commandingly, "Did thouest thinkest it wiseth to shooteth at me, consideringeth how higheth this shipeth is? Pluseth thou mayest hurteth someone in that thingeth." The guard refilled his rifle. I said rifle, almost said rifles. Refilled his rifle, and suddenly, smash! A cannonball comes flying through the wall, killing or shell-shocking the guards and breaking the doors to their prisons. Staghorn pulls on his chains as they were forced from the wall, leaving a large panel of wood missing. With the bare metal plate behind, he grabs the chains of Oxhorn and Mr. Evil, as Mr. Evil pipes up with a slight chuckle. "You did tell him that firing at us might kill someone." Still shackled, they slowly make their way up near by the flight of stairs, as Oxhorn's head pops above the skirting of the floor next to the stairs, seeing people running out the deck, while they slowly climb up the stairs fully, as Oxhorn says, "Mr. Evil, you are not a mage. You cannot melt these chains that bind us," as Mr. Evil tries to melt the chains. But they had been imbued with some kind of magic that forces his magic to fizzle out as he tries to melt them, while Mr. Evil shakes his head disappointingly. Alas, I cannot have no idea what this steel is made from. But whatever it is, I cannot cast my spells." While Oxhorn nods and continued up the stairs, moving to the open door on the left, hiding around the corner and peering around it to see nothing less than 200 Alliance members ranging from dwarves, elves, and humans, as they're clearly focused on something out of Oxhorn's view. But in a few moments, Oxhorn, Stag, and Mr. Evil were forced from their feet and down in a load of barrels on the other side of the room as the large airship righted itself back onto level standing. Oxhorn got up, helping his companions to their feet as they ran back to the door to see even larger horde of airships. No, an even larger horde airship. The ship had just bashed into the other ship, knocking off more than 90% of the Alliance off of the ship, leaving a few cowardly elves tucked in the corner, clearly terrified. Staghorn looks towards the horde ship, seeing the French men from the Monty Python Holy Grail taunting the remaining elves as Rowan Atkinson stands on the bow of the ship, throwing large turkeys at the Alliance ship. The Horde ship gets close enough for Oxhorn, Staghorn, and Mr. Evil to jump across the Alliance ship, slowly starting to fall from the sky. As Oxhorn, Staghorn, and Mr. Evil land on the Horde ship, they're escorted to some deck chairs with Scotch, cigars, and a locksmith to free them from their bonds. As they sail off into the sunset, as they just get out of the view, the sound of a very loud belch echoes with a faint shout and a whoosh of flames. An epic smoke ship, if ever there was one. Madman Max. My beautiful wife was standing here. She came down just to hear its magnificence. Ooh, I'll be up in a moment. She came down to let me know that she's baking cookies, which of course is going to make me feel so much better. So, Ghoulbreath says, somewhere Loranicus just got a headache. All you old-time viewers of the program, remember Loranicus and his amazing smoke ships. Wow. Gentleman Badger says, Smoke Ship the movie. Oh. Hey, Black Farmer says, and to let you know, your child threw up. No, thankfully the boy has gotten over his sickness. Old Ironbark says it's a smoke ship novella. Indeed. Whew, but I got it all out. Chief Smash says, Ox, check your Facebook messages. Oh, man, I gotta check Facebook. Alright. Check my Facebook. Hold on, Facebook. Alright, here we go. This is from Chief Smash. And it looks like he's trying to outdo for the longest smoke ship. Here we go. Another smoke ship for today. Hold on. Time to smoke rings here. As Barnaby and Mr. Evil sail across the seas by guiding star, oh, it's a rhyming one. They ne'er forget their righteous quest to kill all the beggars in Orgrimmar. They packed the ship with sword and whip and spell components most bizarre, and soon they would complete their task, kill all the beggars in Orgrimmar. And so they sipped a classy Scotch and puffed upon a fine cigar, and blew smoke rings until they could kill all the beggars in Orgrimmar. Oh wait, I think that was from a few weeks ago. Here's a new one for tonight. Staghorn took the morning breeze, he stretched his back as sunrise broke, and Oxhorn drove them o'er the seas upon a galleon made of smoke. Their destination neither grew, and so they aimed straight towards the sun. They shared a lively laugh or two, inventing swear words just for fun. They simply both enjoyed the ride, their sails full of driving wind. Their captain was the friendly tide, on Oxhorn's face a peaceful grin. And as the day dimmed into night, they were at peace, and neither spoke. The moon shined down its pale light upon their galleon made of smoke. Looks like that's one from a few weeks ago that I also forgot to read. Here's another one for this week. Staghorn took the morning breeze, he stretched his back as sunrise broke, and Oxhorn drove them o'er the seas upon a galleon made of smoke. Their destination neither grew, and so they aimed straight. No, this was the one that we just did. That was the one that we just did. Okay, alright. That was excellent. Excellent job. The creativity of the Scotch and Smoke Rings audience knows no bounds, ladies and gentlemen. I am aghast and befuddled at the sheer creativity before me. You guys take something as simple as a smoke ship, a smoke effigy, if you will, and you weave them into masterpieces. Masterpieces! Well, Captain Maximov is joining the crowd today. He's got a smoke ship for us all. Here it is. Hippie neighbor Tom comes back with a flash. However, Oxhorn, after his sickness, has had enough. He kills Tom. Life is good. He has scotch and smokes a pipe. Wow! I'm a murderer in this one, ladies and gentlemen. I just murdered a hippie. A real one, too. Oh, I should never have used his real name on this show. I should never have used his real name. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here's how this is going to work. The sheer creativity expressed in the smoke ships presented before you today are masterpieces. And also, I don't have enough air in my lungs to say them all again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weave them all together in one giant tapestry of smoke diorama. And I will imbue them in such a way so that they will tell their stories themselves without me needing to re-narrate them again. So this is an all-in-one smoke ship for all participants involved today. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Well done, all of you, winners of today's smoke ship competition. All right, here we go. Whoa! For the briefest of moments before your very eyes was all of that, which I previously narrated. All of it! The massive battle between the two airships, the wonderful narration on the airships. Airships are a theme today. The deck chairs, the scotch and cigars, the heroes, Rowan Atkinson. It was all there, ladies and gentlemen. The taunting French knights from Monty Python. It was all there in that beautiful smoke ship in all of its majesty. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your wonderful submissions, and thank you so much for coming to this week's... Yes, the death chairs were there as well. Although, I censored the murder of Tom. I censored that one. I don't know if you noticed in the smoke ship, but it was censored. It was blurred out, the murder of Tom. Of course. Tom is dead. Oh, poor Tom. This is a nice guy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings. An epic show it turned out to be, thanks to all of you who faithfully came, even though I was 30 minutes late, and sticking with me while we played Hearthstone and submitting all of your wonderful smoke ships. We had a great show. Thank you so much for coming. Tune in next week. Same Ox time, same Ox channel. Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 300 and something, I don't even know anymore, where we will do wonderful feats of majesty, all with nothing but a puff of smoke. Thanks again for coming, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe, especially you, Ironbark, in your move to New York in the middle of this winter. Please stay safe. And as always, we say here on Scotch and Smoke Rings, be sure, all of my friends, that each and every one of you stays classy. Cheers.